Okay, today we are going to talk about service in the community. Um, I'm so excited to have you here today because I believe that service is how we all grow and expand. This is how we connect. This is how we build these relationships. And by serving each other and our fellow man, we make a big difference. And we're not talking about huge service. We're talking maybe 30 minutes a week or even an hour to a month. It's not a lot, but we all, again, do a little bit, change the world, change everything around us by coming together and serving and helping each other. My heart, for those who know me well and know me personally, is all about service. And I know that that's how the biggest changes happen to me personally as I serve other people. And I believe that's how we build each other back up and make a difference in the world around us. So before I get too mushy on all of that stuff, let's talk about all of our processes and how that works. So we're going to go through this slideshow again to make sure that you guys have all the information correctly given to you on all the different ways that you can serve in the community as people for people. So first of all, look at this big chart. This is a lot of information. We're going to keep going and nailing this down. So by the time you're done with all of this, by the next video, you'll be done. But by now, you'll start realizing how the organization, this is the entire community. This is everything that's going on in the community. So it's not too huge, but it's a good sized community. Right now, we have an executive team that actually oversees everything that goes on to make sure that we have consistency. If you go to a McDonald's one place, it's going to be the same McDonald's, the same thing we want with people for people. If you join a community everywhere, you're going to get the same things. You're going to know the same structure no matter where you go, locally, focally, it's the same thing. And you're all going to get it and understand it. There's an executive team above you to make sure that you have that. That's where you, with whatever department you're in, if you're even a community member, business member, you can join monthly things to just get updates, things that are going on in the community. The executive team also provides updates for all of our departments. So everybody is on the same page if there's anything that needs to be updated, changed, if things are going better, or we need to have improvements. Everything is done. There's a complete organization, and everybody, even in all of our teams, our goal is that you're never going to oversee probably more than 4 people at a time. That's kind of what the goal is. So you're not overseeing, this person has to oversee everything that's going on. The goal is that's how it works. So the super mentor has 4 mentors that they oversee. These mentors are the ones who are going to be over these communities. Now, the mentors can have up to 10 communities because they start them, but these guys are the ones who are basically running and starting our communities. We have the community director. They run the hour-long meeting that happens once a month where the whole community can come and be a part of that meeting. Those community meetings, those are the community directors. They have 4 leaders who run that. We're going to be going over all of these areas that you can serve. And then we have the development director. Once a community is set up, this is stage 1. This is what we do when we start a community. As it grows, as it develops, and we need more people that want to serve, we start our development side, where we have all of these things where we do networking, workshop, community news, podcasts, and events. All of that happens on the second tier after we stand up our communities. So we all stand up our communities in our monthly meetings. We add weekly things to be able to add to it as our community grows and as we flourish, to be able to give everything that we can back to our community. So community members join, business members join, and that's kind of how everything happens. And this is the whole process. And as you can see, this development director oversees these people. And these people oversee these people oversee these people, this person oversees. So nobody's doing all of it. We all have a portion, we all have our lane we're able to do and make sure that we're able to grow and expand within that. Now, there's actually, I know earlier I said 2, but there's actually 3 different types of communities. We also have a training community. There's 2 different types of communities you could start. But in our program, we also have training communities. So if you're getting ready to start a community and you need some experience and you want to do some of those things, you can join our training communities. They're exactly represented of what we do in our local and our focal communities. And you can come there and see the process and start training with them. So that you're able to set up and start your local communities, which again is geographically, or your focal communities. So if you're wanting to grow, establish, and start these communities, you can come to training communities and see how that works. Now, how you can serve, you're going to have a couple of options. You can just continue being a community educator. Great job. Awesome. You're going to get paid directly to do that. And that's awesome. And you can do that forever. And awesome. I can't say anything more about it. You're going to receive that $49.95 discount. You can apply it to a membership, or you can receive that in the program. But those who become community educators and start having roles in the program. So if all of a sudden you're actually going to start serving and doing some of these roles in the program, you're going to start receiving shares. Okay, so if you're actually serving, you get shares from the company. Now, our shares are going to be paid out each month in the program, and it can be thousands of dollars. So you get paid for serving in the community and doing these leadership roles. You can serve as a leader, you can start a community, or you can become a mentor who is actually sharing the message of our community with everybody. So you can kind of choose how you want to serve that way. Or even as an educator, you can actually serve in doing highlighted things that we do. For example, we talked earlier about making posts and being that influencer. So you can go through influencer training and get paid additional $25 for posts that you make. Now, that is not part of the sharing or getting stocks or shares, but you can add quite a bit of income making posts, doing things like that. There's also additional things you can do as far as helping running podcasts, doing some marketing things and scheduling. All of those things are available, and you can learn more about that. We start everybody out with influencer, and you can move up into different things to be doing different things in the community that we may need to help our businesses expand. But those are all paid directly for the post and for what we're doing. Now, at our community meetings, these are the ones that we have once a month we have them 10 times a year to talk to you guys about the schedule, because there's holidays, right? We don't want to do things. We've blocked out 8 holidays a year, so we make sure that's taken out. We have our national where we all meet together conference. So going through and dividing up during holidays, during our events, quarterly events, we take those off the table. There ends up being 10 times a year that we can run 10 rotations that we do things. So you'll have 10 times a year that you run. It'll be the week of networking. The week that we do networking, you will always run your community meetings. And then we have these 4 meeting cycles. They each go through 10 times. So everything goes through 10 times in a year. So we always make sure we never have things. And when we take off for holidays, we take off the whole week. It's kind of nice. So those are those things and how that works. But they're 1 hour, 10 times a year. And it takes 4 people to start a community. So if you're referring for, you might think to yourself, well, I don't ever refer forward to the type of community I want to start, and you can start a community. So that can work out really well that way. So the roles that you can have in a community, it can be a community director. This is a person who wants to start a community. You will be a community director. This person sets up the community. They will set it up with 4 people in 4 different departments. You can serve in any of these positions if you want to, because we're always dividing our communities each month. So even if you didn't start it, that community is going to be dividing and growing every single month. And so because of that, until we get our base population of a community is 200,000 people, we start with 8 million, we go down to 200,000. And within that, we have 5 sub-communities. So we're going to have 1,600 communities with 5 sub-communities. So that means we're going to have like 10,000-ish with our focal communities and everything communities in the US. So yeah, lots of opportunity, lots of time, lots of things that we can grow. You will be able to be a part of any of these positions as they're dividing, but if you're starting a community, and obviously the sooner you start, the more shares you're going to get and the bigger those shares are going to be worth, but just saying. If you serve in these positions in a community, they will be dividing each month. So you can select, I just wanted this role. I don't want to start a community, but I'd like to do this role. If it speaks to you, let us know. And that's what you want to select for your training. In the back where you signed up, you can enroll to serve in that same place where you became a community educator. You can then enroll to serve and select from these roles. We're going to go through the roles that we have right now. In the community, if you don't want to be a community director, you can be a discussion leader. As being a discussion leader, this person leads the meetings. You introduce everybody. Hi, guys. Welcome. We're here. You're the leader of that meeting. Make sure you actually set up the breakout rooms, be connected, all of that stuff. There's training, all of those things available to you. And you fill in for other roles if needed. We're a team, we work together, we all fill in and help and support each other. Now, I'm not going to go through everything that you do with all these different roles. I'm going to touch on them because the training is provided in the back office. It's going to have training for you to go, just like you did community educator training. You're going to have all of the training, all of the sheets you need, everything, a mentor, everybody to help you in that program to do those roles. Just going to touch on them to see if those things are interest to you. The other person is the person during this meeting. We're going to have 4 presenters, right, that are going to present. You have a person who sets those up. They're going to set up the 4 presenters that we do 10 times a year. This person arranges them. We have the pre-emails that you already send out. We have everything set up. These 4 presenters will present for 5 minutes on some topic, and then they'll go to a breakout room and lead a discussion on that topic. So it's pretty easy. We schedule 4 of them, have them ready to go. Most people love to talk, and so it's really not hard to fill, but you want to make sure you're getting people that you want to present to your community on what they need. Exclusive leader. This is where you're going to put together all the exclusive lists is in the back office, but as exclusive leader, you're going to update that list every month. The new ones you're going to highlight. You're going to make sure that is put there, and you're going to have a list of all that with their specials and promotions. Again, the file's already been made. You're going to make it beautiful and put it into your community. You're going to make sure that that's listed. So every month people have the new updated list of all the places they can shop, all the specials that they're doing. And if it's a focal community, it's a list of all the businesses and the resources that these businesses have available. If there's a special needs community, which we have, any businesses with resources that are available, we will list that up so we can make sure that our community can access all of those resources and the businesses that are available in our said community. Again, it's all available in the back. You put it together in a form, make it beautiful, and post it everywhere with the updated links every single month. The marketing leader will put together all of the information that we had from our previous meeting, all the updates of what's going on in a newsletter, and share that at the meeting. Here's the newsletter for the meeting and what's going on. And then they will make a post for the next meeting. And so they'll say, hey, but next time we're going to have this, and they're going to share that post with them. And then they make the newsletter of what happened in the previous meeting. So people know what's happening. Newsletter, this is what's happened. This is what's coming up. All of these things are going on. And you're going to share that in a post, share that information, make sure everybody knows what's going on, what had happened and what is happening in the community. So that's it. Those are the 4 people. They run that meeting. It's pretty simple. It's not complicated. You do that all together as a people and as a community, and it's pretty awesome. So that's it. But once we start that community and it starts growing and expanding and dividing like we do, then we add our development side, and you have your development director. Now, when you're starting a community, you want to have your development director start basically at the same time as everybody else. You'll need both of those directors because as soon as people come on, they're going to want, hey, I want to do this role or I want to do this role. You can start filling in. You need this one up and going first, your community side with your 4 people before your meetings start. As soon as that's done, all these people, guess what? They're going to be referring therefore. We're going to be doing this. We all build together. We all do therefore. All of therefore definitely would then fill up all of the development side. So all of that can happen in order. Those people come in, and any community educator that wants to help and do any of this or a business, the businesses receive a discount on their membership. Community educators start receiving sharing. So everybody could want to serve, build, and grow. So you want to have a development director there so you can start doing it, expanding it, and being a part of that program. The development director starts in the place of those who are interested in filling those roles. They make sure that they find, as soon as all of their roles are all filled up and go, their development meetings are up and going. Again, you'll have pre-meetings before, you'll have trainings before. There's 2, it's not a lot. Again, you're never spending more than an hour. I know it might seem like a lot, but never more than an hour a week. On the program or on these roles. So pretty simple and easy. Even the community meetings, they only have a pre-meeting and a meeting every month. So 2 hours a month, not hard to make sure everything's going, setting up. You will receive all the trainings and all the details about this. We don't need to tell you all of this because it's all in your training. Just again, we want to touch on that. So being a development director, you'll be helping setting up and placing all of these people we're going to talk about. On our development side, once our community meetings are up and going, we add the development to our community. Our goal in development is to get the people's message out every which way we can. We do this through networking. So once a month, we have a networking meeting, which is awesome. All of these meetings are only 30 minutes. And we do a networking meeting where we all network together and get to know each other, and everybody introduces themselves, and it's super fun. We have workshops, we have community news. I'm going to go a little bit more into details. We have podcasts, and we have quarterly live in-person events locally, online locally. So all of these things we're doing to get the message out. So let's talk a little bit more about these development meetings. Again, these meetings are optional for people to, everything's optional. If you're a community member, you attend what you want, but we have all of these services available. It's a great resource for everybody to start developing and getting to know each other and making a difference in each other's lives. These meetings that happen weekly, unless it's a holiday week or something, we do these 40 times in 1 year. There's 52 weeks in a year, so 12 weeks are off. But we do these 40 times in a year. They're only 30 minutes. So it's really quick. You can jump on, and they're all via online and Zoom. So you jump on a call for 30 minutes, have an amazing experience with your community, and help change the world. All these meetings are virtual. Like I said, you can join from anywhere. And every meeting, we do a building activity to expand our messages and get them out. So these are really effective for our businesses. If they have a message they want to get out, if you're a community member, you have something going on you want to get out. If you have something, I know a friend of mine that does this huge, amazing shoe drive. You can come here, share it here, and the whole community will get your message out. So this is how we develop, we share our messages, we get it out to the world, and we get to know we get to build each other and know what each other's doing. So let's talk about how we do that. Sorry, each and every time. First of all, the organization of this side, so that you guys can see, we have that community director that's right here. They are over the person who does events and networking and community manager, and a workshop and podcast manager. So as you can see, this person is over 4 people. Again, kind of the rule of 4. So they're over these 4 people. Now, this person, the person who's the community networking manager, they're over the 2 people that oversee networking. We double do everything. If you see, we have 2 people in events, 2 people there. So there's always backup for the things that we're doing. So you're never left alone in what you're doing. There's 2 people on networking, 2 people on community news, and they work together to make that happen. On workshops, there's 2 people running workshops, 2 people running podcasts. Never alone in the journey. So with our networking group, what we do is basically everybody gets to introduce each other. You get to know the community. Our goal is you start with networking and you go through this cycle. So by the end, you've understood everything. And then the next week, in every community, as it divides, you get to go to a new group, get to know new people in the community, complete the same process with them. So that even if you're focal or local, you're going through the same process and building and developing and get the messages out we need in our community, or learn the messages we want. Everybody's introduced. You start out with getting to know everybody your first week. Hey, welcome everybody. So excited to get to know everybody. They share who they are, what they do. Hey, I'm a mom. I have twins that are 7 years old. You can just talk about who you are, what you do. Quick 30-second introduction of what you do. We start liking and following each other on social media, start making those connections. If you want, you don't have to, but most businesses and most people want more likes and follows so that you can start that connection with the community. Not having to, you only put your social media or what you want people to bring up in the chat. If you don't want that, you don't have to, you just introduce each other. And then at the end, we highlight one business that has a great special, something's going on we want to know. We highlight that business in the community, and we get that all done in 30 minutes or less. Pretty awesome, right? Then we have community news. I love this department. This is one of my favorite departments. Because heavens knows we aren't able to receive news nowadays. Our news is crazy, and I really don't even know what's going on with my neighbors or what's happening in my community or what's really going on in health. I want to hear from the people. We're the ones who know. And so this is where we get to find that out in community news. So if it's a focal department, we learn the latest of what's going on, share each other's news of what is happening in our community or in health and wellness or all of those things. This leader receives news about all of the community. This is where we have our business members share and highlight what's going on in the community. We also have a person give a presentation for a couple hours. And then, so we have everybody email, hey, does this know? And they get to share that. So we know what's going on. The person who's conducting will read everything that's going on in the community. They will have somebody highlight if we know some great news of something that's happening. Then halfway through, 15 minutes in, We all go into separate breakout rooms. And as we're in those breakout rooms, we all get to share something that we feel that message needs to be shared with the world. If it's about our business that we need some promotions going on, if it's whatever, and we share each other's posts in groups and in posting and on our pages and wherever we can, we share each other's news to get the message out. And we do more in 30 minutes than any of us could do by ourselves. So it's pretty exciting that way. Next, we have workshops. I love workshops because they are not where somebody just sits and teaches us like a teacher and we just have to sit and listen, because I don't learn that way. And I think most of the world does. If we wanted to learn that way, we could watch a YouTube, right? So that's not what we're doing. We have them present a few golden nuggets of something that's going on, but then we have a discussion on it where we all learn together. We all give our insights on this topic. We all learn and grow and expand. This is a community member meeting where, so the business owner or whoever's running that meeting will share some golden nuggets, but then they start asking questions and we all start, and we encourage everybody to have a discussion on this. Now in our development groups, we try to keep those meetings and the people to be about 20 to 30 so that everybody can have a voice. We try to keep them a little bit smaller so we can do that, but we have multiple. Again, these are multiple communities, because if you learn with networking or with workshops or anything, you usually can't ever expand your reach more than 20 to 30 people within an hour and actually build relationships. And it takes 4 to 5 times of being with somebody before that relationship's developed. So we're going to do 4 different activities, build that relationship with those people, get everybody knowing each other, and then grow to another community in the same way. So every month you're doing this, building this within your community, and having, because we're growing so fast, you have multiple communities to join. During this meeting, we actually encourage people to do Google reviews for our businesses, which I think is awesome. We also do comments or posts or do things that we can lift and help. Somebody might, hey, can you guys, I have this new book. Can you guys give me some stars? Can you do this? We can do things to make a difference in each other's lives at this business. So those things are posted in the meeting. They're shared, and we all go through, like, follow. Imagine 20 new Google reviews, how much that bumps people up, bumps them up a rating or two. We do our part to help support each other, to build each other, and make a difference in each other's lives in every meeting. Not only are we building relationships, but we're doing some good. Pretty fun, huh? Then the last week we do podcasts. This is super fun because we record the podcast. Everybody's there. We have a theme or a topic that we have worked on all month. So it may be gratitude, and we're all talking about that. We've networked about it. We've said what we're grateful for. We've done all of these things according to our business, everything that we have with that month. And then we're going to do a podcast. And I may share, hey, in my business, I'm grateful that I've been able to grow and expand this year. I had record numbers, and it's because of my community that I've had 2,000 new community members a part of it. I'm so grateful for that. And this is what I do, and this is why I do it. And we have discussions and topics, and it's awesome. We get to know the people in the community. And what we do is we separate into 5 different breakout rooms. And so as we're in these 5 different breakout rooms, they're each being recorded. And then the next month, each one of those go out. And how many weeks do we have recordings? So we have 10. So that gives us 50 different recordings. So every single week, a podcast has been released in your community, and you get to listen to it, and you get to hear what's going on and the thoughts, and get to know our community members in these 30-minute podcasts. Or less, 20 to 30 minutes is all they are. You get to know people in the community, you get to know what's going on, you get to have our thoughts, and we start building these relationships on this podcast, and you can be a part of it. You can share your message, you can give your thoughts, and we can listen to others. It's a great way to grow and connect. It's amazing for our businesses to actually get to know them as people and not businesses. And we get to actually develop these relationships. They go out every week. So except for Christmas and New Year's, you can listen to a podcast every single week in the community. So it's a great thing to do. It's a great thing to be a part of. And it's how we share our message every month, and every business and everybody gets to be a part of that and sharing their message every single month in the community. Then we have our quarterly events. This is in the community. We have live events that we do every single quarter in the community, so 4 times a year. This is where the community members and business owners get together in person. Okay, finally, we're in person if we're local. If we're focal, they're going to still be online, but locally, we connect. We're in person and connecting. And these are the events that we do. So our first event is in February. It will be the Share the Love event. This is awesome because we all get together. It's a big like networking event where we all talk to each other, and we have a list of all the businesses, and whoever shares the love by making posts for each other and visits the most businesses, um, kind of a reverse trick or treating. You go in and you're like, hey, I want to give you a gift. And whoever does that gets entered. Whoever has the most enters prizes, and we have huge prizes we give out. We really support and share the love and get to know each other. It's super fun. Then we have our May Day of Service. We volunteer for something that needs help. It's the food bank, it's the school, whatever. We all come together as a community. We do a day of service. We volunteer. We help in the community. And we get to do that. And then we serve each other. We ask, how does our businesses need help? Do you need Google reviews? Do you need donations? Can we make you post? What can we do? Whoever does most for the communities, again, gets the prize that week. So super fun. I love service, and we're able to do that in May. Our back to school event is we have usually 4 to 5 businesses that we all want to learn from. We can go in every day to to a fitness center, and they're going to teach us some new yoga classes. We're going to get educated on financial planning. We're going to get educated on how to cook something. We get educated how to plant something. We'll have educational classes all week, and we get to go visit our businesses. They're completely free to the community. And we go back to school during August and learn from our community and learn from each other and get educated. Then our fall festival is so fun for all the family and everybody to join. We get a parking lot and in our communities, and one of our businesses offers their parking lot, and we all go around and we do a trunk or treat. They can hand out business cards. Whoever comes and visits gets to be entered for drawings. We all get to come together, get the treats, and do things for the kids at the same time. So super fun, great activities that we're all able to do and expand, and pretty simple. Anybody can do it anywhere. So if you choose that you would like to start one of these communities, if that's something that you decide you want to do, you have to be approved to start a community. We may already have too many communities there. We may already have that focal group. But if we don't, you'll complete this form, say, hey, this is what I want to do. Here's my 4 people. We're ready to start a community. You'll be assigned a mentor that will help you in this process. So they will be pre-assigned. You'll also be able to start that community and have it up and going within 4 to 8 weeks completely with everything. So it'll be pretty awesome. If you're approved, you'll also begin that business development side too. So all of those things, you'll end up doing both of those sides. So in this training, again, 4 to 8 weeks in the program, you'll have all of your training done, your community developed, including your development side. It's really easy and simple. If you would like to request to start a community, this is on forms here. You can select this form sheet, or it's also in the manual. We have the form there, copy and paste, fill out the form, and you can start and be approved to start your own community. Now, ways to ensure this is how we make sure it goes in 12 weeks. You start your referrals, you get your people, you do your referrals, you have your experience, you get trained, you're going to do that. And then you're going to have starting your community here. You're going to repeat that process. Everybody, all the people you've brought on are going to repeat. They're going to refer people. They're going to grow. You're going to have your development team done. They're going to train. They're going to get started. All of those other things happen. And by 12 weeks, you have everything growing and probably thousands of people in your community. It's really just here, do the communities, here, do the development, you're ready to go. And during this whole time, everybody's referring. It's a pretty simple, easy process for everybody to go through. Now talk about the other roles that you kind of saw on there, just to touch on those. Those are our mentors and super mentors. You've had to been a leader in the program. You've had to lead for at least a month in the program. You've had to been approved. You've had to been an educator. You've had to know the program itself. However, we're growing super fast, so we always need mentors and super mentors in the program. We need people growing and helping us. But you become the voice and the representation of who we are and what we do. You're the one who makes sure the magic and everything happens, and that we create these communities without division, and we support each other and we love each other. We make a difference in the world. You can actually, after you're a mentor and super mentor, you're able to start your own communities. You're able to do that. So there's huge opportunity that exists. But most of the time, once you're a mentor and super mentor, we have so many communities, we'll be setting them, hey, are you ready to start? We have another community to put underneath you. We have another community to put underneath you. So you'll be able to have those kind of established for you. But you are the people who share the vision of the world, being a mentor and super mentor. So there's so many ways to grow. You can start as an educator in the program. And then you can actually see how you can financially grow in the next video. We're going to be talking about these finances, how you grow and expand. This is super exciting. You're going to see about the sharing and how all this works. You're going to love it. I promise it's going to be amazing. So we're going to go to that next, and we will see you there with people for people.